Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Bracey, a fellow middle school mathematics teacher here, and I will be conducting this presentation on improving student achievement in mathematics using VRA and IXL. Today's agenda will flow in this order: action research questions, research data, methods, educator implementation on lesson formatting, phases of learning, educator and administrator responsibilities, as well as the implementation timeline for the year. Action research is necessary to move the field of education forward for all students, especially students with disabilities. Previous research has shown that students in the U.S. have had little improvement in mathematics performance within the last 10 years. The U.S. National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP, reports that fourth grade students with disabilities scored 33 points below peers without disabilities, and by 8th grade, the score increases to 44 points lower. This is important because student achievement in mathematics has a direct link to the post-school outcomes for students with disabilities. The purpose of this PD is to evaluate the effectiveness of IXL's NJSLA skill plan using virtual representational abstract instructional sequence with overlearning to prepare students for higher success in the New Jersey Student Learning Assessment, NJSLA. The intervention will be implemented by incorporating the NJSLA IXL skill plan into the current mathematics curriculum for this school year. The grade levels participating in the study will be 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students with and without disabilities. The action research questions that we will address through this study are: what is the effect of using the IXL NJSLA skill plan to assess student learning? How does the video modeling and virtual manipulative features on IXL affect students' retention and maintenance of previously learned skills? And what ways do students benefit from a visual representational abstract model with the overlearning of an IXL skill plan? How do students transfer skills learned from the IXL NJSLA skill plan to problem-solving skills needed during the NJSLA? The research data methods used during the course of this study will be the collection of NJSLA, linked benchmark assessments, and IXL quiz test scores to evaluate the effectiveness of the IXL NJSLA skill plan. Interviews and surveys will be used to evaluate the effects of video modeling and virtual manipulatives for students. We will analyze the benefits of VRA with overlearning based on the results from the NJSLA linked benchmark assessments and student surveys. Lastly, the NJSLA linked benchmark assessments and IXL quiz scores will be used to analyze students' ability to problem solve based on the IXL skill plan. The data will be collected using IXL's item analysis feature based on the results on the IXL quizzes. A spreadsheet will be created to track data from the NJSLA and linked benchmark assessments. Lastly, Google Forms will be used to track interview and survey data based on similarities and differences in responses. The mathematics support that will be available to students with and without disabilities will be technology using an IXL NJSLA skill plan, video modeling, virtual manipulatives, and increased practice. Explicit instruction using virtual representational abstract sequence with overlearning and an emphasis on maintenance will be used as evidence-based practices and strategies that further cement learning. The grade level IXL NJSLA skill plan will be used on a weekly basis to teach students mathematical concepts that will be on the NJSLA. Educators will become trained in using IXL group jams to model 2 problems, guide students through 2 problems, and assess students independently on 5 problems. These questions will be automatically scored to be used as formative assessment data using the IXL group jam feature. Students will be assessed further through the assigning of IXL skills and IXL quizzes as other formative assessment data sources. Educators will move students through each of the phases of the intervention upon reaching specific scoring criteria. The initial phase of the intervention will be the virtual portion of VRA using virtual manipulatives and video modeling to learn the concept. Students will be expected to score 80% or higher over 3 consecutive sessions and overlearn by scoring 100% on 2 additional sessions. After meeting this criteria, students will move on to the representational phase of VRA and learn the concept using a representational strategy. Students will be expected to complete the same scoring criteria before moving on to the abstract phase of VRA using an abstract strategy to learn the concept. Upon meeting scoring criteria for each of the 3 phases of the VRA strategy with overlearning, educators will give students half of the practice problems once a week for 4 weeks to ensure maintenance of the skill. Educators will be responsible for increasing student achievement by implementing math curriculum and action research strategies, as well as engaging with staff members at weekly meetings. Administrators will be responsible for providing support as needed, as well as providing resources to staff. Lastly, we will preview the implementation timeline for the year, broken down into 3 phases. Phase 1 during September and October will be used to collect pre-assessment data and conduct initial interviews with students. Phase 2 from November to May will be a time to make changes to the curriculum and instruction based on consistent data collection and participate in monthly team meetings to conduct the findings. Phase 3 from May to August will be used to schedule team meetings, analyze data changes, and make changes to the action plan for the next school year. Thank you for your time, and please feel free to reach out with any questions that you may have.